Hello, everyone. This is another video journal, I guess. Today, we're gonna talk about how I got fired from my job. Wait, there's another cutscene. Wait. No, I'm good on cutscene. The reason why I didn't record prior to this is because I didn't want to see the cutscene. All right, so I'm supposed to absorb all this. But yeah, I got let go from my job for, I know a lot of people say, oh, I got let go for not, it wasn't my fault. But I honestly don't think it's my fault. But honestly, it's one of those jobs where you saw the turnover rate was so high. Like, I would say since I've been there, so I worked there for about 8 months, I would say 6 people have left in about 8 months. That's a good amount of people. 6. Like, so every month you would get almost like 6 to 12 people leaving or getting fired for dumbass reasons or any reason. It could be anything. So the reason why I got laid off, and consistently I was being told this, was I had my hands in my pockets. Like, for some reason, and my job doesn't require me to always have my hands on stuff and things like that. I don't want to explain everything about my job, but, it doesn't require me to do that. Like, it's more of a, like, I still gotta take my hands out of my pockets to obviously work, but it's not like I'm always consistently like, oh, I'm cooking up burgers or some shit, Like, it's not like that. But they just weren't happy with that. So when I got my performance review, it was pretty shitty too. But it's one of those kind of jobs where the turnover rate, you saw it was really high. I saw, it made me afraid too, because I saw employees that were really, really good at their jobs that still got let go just because the higher-ups did not like them, or the higher-ups would purposely sabotage you. Like, they'll set you up for failure. So, when I first started there, I started with this guy. Let's just call him, for privacy's sakes, hold on, let's see what. They're all garbage armor? Ah, you fucking little shit. Let me get the helmet. I want a cool looking helmet, huh? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but when I first started there, I got hired by this, so I play Magic with them, we're still homies and all that. But, when I first started there, am I supposed to leave this building or what's going on? I believe so? No. Travel to... Okay, yeah, so outside.
I need to get closer.
Can I just take this? What is this? Oh, this is portable. Okay, great. Bada bing, bada boom. But anyways, I got hired by this one guy named, let's just say Tom. And Tom's not the real name, but let's just say Tom. So Tom hired me on, we were kind of cool and stuff like that. Eventually, when he was technically my lead, there was a lot of problems that my department got blamed for. One of the things is, like, I wasn't properly trained. Now, Tom couldn't train me because they told him to do other things in the background, and then they had one of my other coworkers train me. Now, this other coworker, he's fucking lazy as shit. I think he was afraid that I would take his job or something, but he was just lazy, like, he was a cool guy, but he was fucking lazy. I don't know if he's just burnt out from the job or what, but I honestly, if I'm gonna be honest, I think they should have let him go before me, but that's a whole different story, because I actually did work there. This motherfucker still, I guarantee you, till this day, still hasn't done much work, and that was always fucking me over. And then also too, there was people that did more work than the both of us that still got let go. So it didn't make sense. Well, there's a lot of people that did more work than us that still got let go for dumbass reasons just because the manager doesn't like him. To give you a kind of attitude of what the guy calls him, like, I gave him a nickname. We called him Gustavo Fring. He reminded me of Gus. Pretty crazy. Yeah. So that was pretty funny. Yeah. Yeah, he literally looked like him too. He acted and looked like him. Like, he had like a serious tone. He would always dress like him too. He's got like fancy shoes on and shit. Like one of those kind of dealios. There was another guy that was technically kind of like his assistant. His assistant knew how to work on our products better than him himself. I could tell because every time there's any problems with the product, he had no clue what the fuck is happening. You know, yeah, so these guys just, I don't know.
Well met.
Where am I supposed to go? Am I supposed to go here? Yeah, right? I'm supposed to turn in the quest. Trouble meet Olidier. Where's that at?
Need help?
I don't have that. I don't know where. Oh,
See you
fuck
around.
it. It's because I don't. You know what I hate about like MMOs or like fantasy worlds? It's like they all got like weird ass names, and then I'm just like, what the fuck is that? I still don't got all the WoW shit down. I played a lot more classic than than this new retail shit. Honestly, I've been enjoying retail. As much as people shit on it, I enjoy both classic and retail. Just absolutely having a good time on both. Just different flavors, you know. I enjoy old school RuneScape and a little bit of RuneScape 3. You know, it's just different flavors for me. That's how I see it, you know. It's a win-win scenario for all of us gamers when we get to choose what we want to play. I think that's cool. And it's cool how they let you in old school RuneScape. I think they let you choose what you want to like what updates. Like there's a poll, which is cool. I think WoW should definitely learn. Instead of doing Canada, they should have just kept Wrath and then just like just did the poll thing and just kept updating it. How old school RuneScape is. I don't know if. Here's the thing. I don't know if Classic is gonna keep going. Like, what's gonna happen after Canada? What's gonna happen? Like, are they just gonna go all the way down to fucking Shadowlands and then be like Shadowlands Classic? You know, like what kind of shit is that? Or Dragonflight Classic? Like, I don't know. I gotta turn in this quest. This guy's talking a lot. But yeah, like, okay, so yeah, yeah. One of the reasons why I got like let's go back to the story. So you know, Tom was my lead at the time. There's a bunch of fuck ups, and then we got blamed for it. It got so bad to the point that Tom got demoted. They demoted him. Not only that, they demoted him on his birthday. That's fucked up. They literally, because Gustavo Fring didn't like him. Now his assistant, I call him Waddles, because that guy has like a waddle, like he waddles everywhere around the job, and he just like, I don't know. so we call them Waddles. But anyways, yeah, Waddles didn't like me either. Absolutely didn't like me. Just everything about the guy, it was just didn't like me. But yeah, so you know, Gustavo Fring demoted Tom at the time, and Tom, you know, obviously wasn't happy with that. Like, how are you gonna demote someone on their birthday and do all that kind of bullshit? That's fucked up. Like, can we skip this?
Pleased to meet you.
Should I skip this? Oh, there's so much cutscenes. I think compared to Classic had like no fucking cutscenes. This game has so much. But anyway, so they demoted Tom, and then Tom became the same level as me. And then the week after, so they told us, okay, since we're gonna demote Tom, we're gonna have Tom's old boss. So when Tom first started, his old boss quit, and then he became the lead because, you know, no one was taking that place. But now they demoted him and brought the old boss back. The old boss was really nice. I fucking love that old boss. The old boss knew everything about, you know, the product and was very professional, very nice. Now I'm homies with Tom, but Tom's got problems, you know, like he's got issues that he has personal issues that he brings onto the workplace. I'm homies with him. I play Magic with them. We're cool, right? I really think he's a cool cat. You know, like people were surprised that I got along with him because I'm gonna be honest, a lot of people kept telling me they didn't like him. That's just the consensus. A lot of people were telling me that. But, you know, I personally thought Tom was, you know, me and him had a couple arguments here and there, you know, but we're still homies. We still play Magic together. We're in group chats together, you know, so. But anyways, you know, so during that time, I was under Tom. I was technically under the 3-month probation. And during the probation, they could pretty much fire you for anything. And that's why the turnover rate was so high. If they saw if you came in 1 minute late, they would have just fired you. Like, it was that fucking serious. The fact that I was able to survive that was fucking insane. So, then that happened, and then so what happened was oh shit. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so it was under Tom. I don't know what I'm fucking looking at. Yeah, so under Tom, he got demoted, and then I was still in probation. Now, to get promoted into full time, as a full hire, you had to have your lead or someone that to vouch for you to get that. So instead of me being able to get vouched, now we had no one in that position. So now I'm stuck in between probation and not really there, right? So I was just in between. Now, mind you, there was people. I had other coworkers in the same level as me that didn't make it. That just straight up didn't make it. You know, some people quit. Some people just did not make it. Just didn't have the right tools. Didn't fucking matter. So, you know, even when they let me go, or I don't even know if I got fired. I don't know. Okay, even when they let me go, my lead did not agree with what they had to say, and she was kind of upset. To be 100% honest with you, you know, they went under her and just let me go. They didn't even talk to my lead about it. Now, my lead works directly with me, so they know exactly what kind of work I put out, what I can do, and all that stuff. So, you know, I worked when the old boss came back, I asked her, hey, can you get me onto full hire? So they full hired me. But when you get onto full hire, you got to do another 3 months of probation. Now, I did another. They lagged it for another month, so I was technically on the 5 months of probation at the temporary agency, right? And then they finally moved me to full hire. Now we're going on full hire 3 months. You know, we still had issues with the same products, and they figured out all those problems weren't consistently just us not checking things or not doing things correctly, right? So you know. Then she got me a full hired on, and after I got full hired on, she herself had to do a 3-month probation, and that's bullshit because that person has worked on there before. You know, she has more years of experience than her own managers. Let's just say that she has more years than those people, and more experience. Now, I knew Gustavo and Waddles didn't like me. You know, Waddles, he never liked me from day one. So, and he's really biased, you know. He's just like that. Like, it's bad to have managers like that because you're here to, even if you wanted to do a good job, you can't because they kind of set it up to where you're fucked, right? And mind you, now, when my old boss came back, everything started running a lot smoother. To be 100% honest, Tom was just not experienced in managing the things, and he wasn't experienced enough to understand the product as well as the old boss. That's just, you know, and I, like I said, I think Tom is a good guy. I really liked him as a guy, but you know, the reason why I think he struggled to move up in the company, he was there for like I think 8 years, you know, but couldn't move up because he had an attitude problem, and he knows it. I mean, he's admitted to me, you know, like it's pretty obvious, but you know, if he could work past that, you know, things would change. But that's a different story, you know, like he's admitted to me that like. Sometimes, but I fucking get it, you know. Anyways, so I got fucked too, and then so you know, 1 week before my 3-month probation, they gave me a performance, only my department a performance review. Everyone in my department got shitty ass reviews, and my lead even told one of my coworkers like, "Oh, you're lucky they didn't fire you." One of my other coworkers, she didn't tell me that, but she told her. So later on, you know, I go ask him like, hey, my probation's almost over, so like, is there anything I need to do on my end, or like, do I need to fix anything, this and that? HR, she was a very, very toxic lady. She's known to be toxic. She just fires people for no reason. She wasn't very good at her job, oddly enough, if you saw like even reviews and things like that. Like, I would text her or try to ask her questions, and she just would not respond. You know, like, that's not really an open door policy. Or, like, if you were to ask her for a raise or anything like that, she would be like, oh, then go work at that job then. You know, it'd be, like, things like that, or just very unprofessional. and they kept her, which is insane. One of the reasons why the turnover rate and we had so many problems is because every time you need to train someone, that's just one more chance that new person can make a mistake. And then when that new person made a mistake, they would just fire them. Like, even though they had no training at all, they would just fire them. Like, because of the managers wouldn't take the blame for the lack of training that these employees had. You know, I think Waddles, if he was supposed to be the guy that knew everything or did all, because Gustavo Fring, he didn't know much about the product, but Waddles, he worked from the bottom and he climbed all the way up. A little respect for that, you know. I gotta respect that. You know, me and him didn't get along, but hey, respect. So yeah, like it didn't. I just got like really shitty reviews. And then on the performance paper, it's pretty much said nothing. Like, you know how they're supposed to like check mark, how is his work? Or like, how is it? Gustavo Fring had no idea what kind of work I did. And he didn't work with me on a day-to-day basis. He was like in his office or like in somewhere else. And, you know, my lead obviously knew what my job is, you know? Like, they tell me what to do, we get it done, boom, boom, boom. Now, on the review, I saw my lead did write me one review. You know, sometimes I don't complete the task all the way. Like I maybe forgot like a file or something. You know, something small. And you know, that is my fault. 100% my fault. I'm gonna take that. You know, I'm gonna take that to the chin. But when Gustavo Fring gave me a review, his entire paper had nothing. There was nothing on the paper for like, oh, what did I do? He would say things like, oh, you have your hands in your pockets. You have your hands in your pockets, and it gives a bad perception. I don't work with customers or anything like that. So what is the problem with me? And it doesn't affect my job. I am still doing my job, so I don't understand why that is affected. It just blows my mind. Yeah, so the day they let me go, we were kind of behind on some work, you know, and then I see Gustavo Fring talking to one of the other leads from a different department, and then the other lead was from a different department was like, oh, can you get this done quick? Like, I'm like, okay, I'll try to get it done. Now I saw him talking to Gustavo Fring. Then I went to go take a piss because I really needed to go take a piss. I want to go take a piss real quick, and then as soon as I went to go take a piss, I came out. One of my other coworkers, he tells me, hey, I think Gustavo Fring wants to talk to you. And then I'm like, oh, wait, what? And then he walks by me. I didn't think much of it, so I'm like, oh, okay. And then this is where I assume he went directly to the HR and told him he didn't want to keep me anymore. Probably because what happened was he went to my other coworkers like, hey, where is he? And they couldn't find me, you know? And then I was like, oh. And he couldn't find me, but I literally saw him right there, and I went to the restroom for literally less than a minute. I took a piss, came out, like, and then later on my lead comes and she's like, oh, what did you do? Like, did you do something? Like, if you did something, just let me know now. I'm like, I didn't do anything, I was just working. What do you mean? And you know, we go to the office. Even my lead did not know. I'm like, am I getting fired right now? She's like, I don't know. They just told me to talk to the HR lady. And then so I go to the HR lady, and then, you know, they sit me down, and I see Gustavo Fring sit down there. So I'm like, oh, well, I'm fucked. They're gonna let me go. I already knew what's gonna happen. And then they say my performance was bad, this and that. And my lead is 100% surprised. She's like, what the fuck? And you know, I sit there and I'm just like, okay, can you tell me what about my performance didn't line up? And they were like, oh, it's a lot of things added together. One of them was your hands in your pockets. This is coming from the HR lead, so that means she didn't even know what the fuck I was doing. She just did that because that was whatever was written on paper. Hands in my pockets, like that honestly pissed me off a lot. Like, why the fuck do you care so much about my hands in my pockets? The work was getting done. Everything was getting done. For you to micromanage me on putting my hands in my pockets, like, what the fuck, dude? I got blamed for other people's work, and then because because my job incorporates with them, you know, and because there's so many new people, they're gonna make mistakes, and because of their mistakes, it all lies on my department. So my department just gets shit on. You know, because there's so much like new people, and then you got to train new people, and it takes time for them to get better and things like that, and they get fired within like a day or some bullshit. Like I've seen people get fired in less than 4 hours. That's not even a joke. They came in, got fired before lunch. Like that's some real shit, you know. And that was in my department too. So it's not absurd to get fired. So I worked there for about 8 months on probation. Yeah, pretty insane. It was a publicly traded company. So it's not, how do you say, they don't really give a fuck about their employees. So yeah, fuck, man. I mean, I did a lot of overtime, made a decent amount of money doing that, but it was stressful. I worked 6 days a week for almost like 7-8 months straight, like 6 days a week, fucking 10-hour days. Like it was Saturdays I would only have to work like 4 or 5, but still it was fucking exhausting. And you know, I came in more than Waddles and the and Gustavo Fring. Like it's kind of insane, man. Yeah, but lesson learned. You know, I applied for unemployment, and my unemployment's fucking lagging because I forgot to send in a file. You know how EDD is like fucking. They try to fuck you. Unemployment insurance always has like, so oh, you forgot this file, but I get it. You know, it's my fault. Okay. But right now I am looking for gigs. You know, I'm looking for jobs and stuff like that. I don't like staying home. It gets fucking boring staying at home, especially since my girl's not here. I'm just alone at home. It's fucking depressing, man. But I think I could get another job soon. But you know, for now, just enjoying while I wasn't. Dude, I worked so much during that 7 to 8 months. Like I gained so much weight. Dude, I fucking lost 10 pounds since I quit or got let go. I fucking lost 10 pounds. I'm healthier than ever. I did go on a binge of like of smoking a lot of weed and a lot of shrooms, but I'm back now. You know, I'm feeling good. Today I woke up this morning feeling real fresh, ready to push past the fact that I got fired from my job because I had my hands in my pockets. I swear to you, they said that, like, my hands in my pockets. What the fuck is that? And you know, even when I got hired on, my lead was like, I don't know why they don't like you. You know, but I think I know why. It's because they didn't like Tom, and Tom would always argue with upper management, and then I always kicked it with Tom. You know, like I would hang out with Tom all the time, even during lunch and this and that, so it just looked bad too. Yeah, I think that's enough for part 2 of or I think this channel I actually talked about me losing my job twice. Pretty amazing. All right.